About 2001, 2002, I worked with a gentleman named Michael McGrath, who is the founder of a charity, a very small charity here in Hertfordshire called the Muscle Health Foundation. Michael is the only man in history who has gone to the North and South Pole with muscular dystrophy himself, and in doing so has created amazing awareness of not only the condition but the support they're trying to offer as a charity to other sufferers of muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is a muscle wasting disorder. We do know the cause of muscular dystrophy. We don't yet have a cure for it. Many of the sufferers are young children, mainly boys. It affects their muscles, their breathing, and eventually it takes their lives. The purpose of the Muscle Health Foundation is to support the children and their families by delivering what's called muscle dreams, which is life-changing experiences or unforgettable life experiences for children with muscular dystrophy. It could be anything from meeting their famous athlete or a famous star to undertaking a trip of a lifetime. It has to be an experience, and it has to invoke hope, inspiration and inner strength. So my involvement with the charity, as I said, back in 2001-2, I was involved with Michael McGrath as his nutritionist for the South Pole Challenge. On the back end of that, I was asked to become a trustee to the charity, which I've done for several years now. I support the charity by being what's called a muscle warrior, which is technically a fundraiser that supports the charity. So all muscle warriors out there who support the charity help by raising funds through doing their own challenges or doing their own fundraising. All the money exclusively goes to delivering these dreams for children, which I've delivered some myself personally, and I can vouch for the impact that they have not only on the kids but also on the families themselves. I originally decided several years ago that I would like to do an event called the Marathon des Sables, which is pipped as the toughest foot race on earth. It's 150 miles across the Sahara Desert in southern Morocco, over 7 days. Each day could be a marathon. There is one day where we do a double marathon. We have daily temperatures that will exceed 45 degrees centigrade. We have mountainous sand dunes, I'm told, rocky terrain, snakes, scorpions, and even blisters to contend with. We have to carry everything ourselves for the week and be totally self-sufficient. So it is a tough, extreme ultra race. The reason I chose this particular event is for several years I was the nutritionist for the British contingent that went out to Sahara. I used to do a lecture on nutrition for this event, but I've never done this event. So I always said 1 year I will do it, and you have to enter 3 years in advance. So originally this year was going to be purely about Sahara, and then as time's gone on, a number of other events have cropped up. So this year is a big challenge. I've started off with an event called the Grim 8 Challenge, which is an 8-mile off-road event, and I'm going to finish with the Grim 8 Challenge, where I encourage as many people out there to join me and become muscle warriors themselves. Back in January I did an event called Tough Guy UK. If you don't know what Tough Guy is, it's an 8-mile off-road obstacle course with some of the most obscene obstacles you can ever imagine. You're running through mud, water, ice water, there's even a torture chamber and underground tunnels to contend with. Brilliant fun, extremely tough. Last weekend I did the Devon Ultra race, which was a 35-mile off-road race, carrying pretty much the full kit I'll be wearing for Sahara. That was brutal, very tough on the legs, very tough on the joints. The nutrition had to be spot on just to get through. Over 2011 I'm undertaking 8 extremely hard challenges to raise money for the Muscle Health Foundation.